Okay, excellent conversation every Saturday on Today with John and Helen on Plus TV, Plus TV Africa. And today I am most excited. You know, we're talking about the evolving and the thriving nature of the entertainment industry. And we have next joining us, not someone who is there. He said to me, I'm on my way. And indeed, this business is thriving and paying. All right? Okay, and I'll take his word to the bank, John. So joining us right now to discuss the thriving sector of the economy is Chuey Chu. He's head of content partnerships at Pulse Nigeria. He is a media personality who began his career as a presenter and producer for Pulse Nigeria. Chuey Chu.
Chewy.
Before I bite my tongue. It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you, thank you.
Good morning.
Chewy is okay. You could just
Chewy is
Chewy
good.
is
Chewy.
okay.
Okay, John.
You notice that Helen is having some difficulty chewing the name, yes?
No, but
Okay.
incidentally, that name is close to where I'm from. A lot of Tiv names are as difficult to pronounce like his.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's a lot of chewing going
Yeah,
on
tongue twisting. and
that
all
way. All right. So, well, like you said, we're talking the thriving business of entertainment. And more often these days, you know, my first question, more often these days, it's been described as a thriving industry. That's the entertainment industry. Is this an illusion, or do we need to wake up from some kind of dream or slumber?
Oh no, it's far from an illusion. Entertainment is a thriving industry. It's about time. You know, what did they say? Is it success is where luck meets opportunity, or what, you know, hard work meets opportunity,
Yes,
and
yes.
and the industry has been pushing for a while. We've been grinding at it and hitting at it, and you know, we're finally getting the global recognition that we deserve. We've had it in bits and pieces, you know, with the days of the Fela and the Shina
Yes.
Peters, but now it's really opened up. Everybody's looking at Africa and by extension, really Nigeria.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay, so at this point in time, what would you consider Chewy as the key drivers for the growth in the entertainment industry?
I
Key.
think
That word, key.
I think the key driver really is technology. Now it's a very broad term. So we're talking the internet, we're talking mobile phones, and again, the internet is really the primary thing. I like to be called a digital baby because that's how I started my career, right? I was trying to break into terrestrial channels, but it's kind of saturated. But through the internet, it really blew it wide open, not just for me as a media personality, for artists, for actors. I mean, Mr. Easy came up through the digital space, pushing his music through the internet.
Helen,
the
you know
gatekeepers.
Mr. Easy?
I do. You started today. I do know Mr. Easy.
Okay, please go ahead.
I mean, I can bring it down. I mean,
I do
just,
know Mr.
just for her sake.
Don't-
Just for her sake.
Just for her
Don't
sake,
mind
nah,
him. Don't
I got
mind
you.
him.
I mean, even Fela now, like the new age gets to know him because of the internet.
True.
So it's a huge key driver for the growth of the industry.
Yes.
And you look at we see actors, now you pick up your phone, you shoot a skit, you show off your skill. You don't necessarily have to wait long hours in an audition line. You can show off your directing skills. Shout out to the Ikorodu boys that have just displayed
Yes.
creativity. And through the internet, the world gets to see them, and now we celebrate them.
Yes.
So
And what that says is that this talent, these creative individuals have always been around with us.
Oh, yeah, we've always
It was just
been
a
around.
platform to, you know, to make them more visible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what I think is that just like we celebrated industrialization in Helen's time, you know, we're celebrating technology in our time now.
Yeah.
So, well, it's our time.
it is our time.
Okay, it's the time for tech.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So now, Chewy, or is it Chew?
Chewy. Chewy
Chewy,
is fine.
chew.
Chewy.
Now, the word thriving, let's get serious a bit. The word thriving,
Yeah.
you know, suggests that there may still be a few hurdles, you know, to cross. You know, what do you think these will be? It's
Nigeria.
thriving. Work in progress.
Nigeria. What industry in Nigeria is not trying to thrive?
Yes.
You know, but I think the biggest hurdle in the entertainment industry, which you can really draw parallels to other industries as well, is structure. We lack structure. For example, there was a time, I have personal experiences as well, but like, typically there should be a structure where for every artist song being played on the radio, they get royalties. Your song being used in an ad, you get residual income from these things. There's ways where, because of an existing structure, you get to really reap the fruits of your labor, right? But we lack that here. Politics takes a role into these things, a negative role, by the way, because where we do have an attempt to have structure, there are personal interests that come into play, which is really the second hurdle. We are our biggest hurdles. We are our biggest problems. Like, it's sad that some people who came up in the early times where there wasn't structure, they went through the tough times. They know how bad it was. You would think when they got to positions of power, they would make it better for the upcoming entertainers. Not saying they shouldn't hustle, not saying they shouldn't try, but the barrier for entry should be a lot more lower.
Okay.
But sadly, it
So who are we
isn't there.
waiting for to put the structure in place?
I mean, those who walked before us, ideally, should have done that. But if they're not, then
I was going to
the,
say
the young generations,
Imagine
people,
they didn't exist.
So now
what
what
are
we have,
doing about it?
what we do see is that some people really just exist in bubbles.
Yes.
Right? Some people, if there is no structure, you create a personal structure for yourself.
Yeah.
I know I do that for myself.
Absolutely.
You know, so, and which goes back to a key driver, technology, internet. You go read up these things, find what works for other countries, other markets, and tailor it to your market, not copy paste. Tailor it to your market.
And I hope I hope our listeners are taking note here, because
You don't have to wait for anybody
you don't have
to get
to
it
wait
done
for
you.
anyone.
They need to
right?
jot
Okay,
things down.
let's even agree. Let's imagine that the generation before yours has failed, which I'm not necessarily in
I
agreement
don't agree with you,
Yeah,
because I know
I'm
that
not necessarily in agreement
there
with
are
that.
organizations and bodies in the various sectors of entertainment. Is it music? Is it drama? Is it sports? You know, and for a long time they were crying about the copyright issues.
Yeah.
You know, and copyright means that if you picked my content and you find it useful enough and you put it to use, you should pay me for it.
Yeah.
And there've been a lot of, sometimes they
That's
went
always
to
been
court.
in place. The
They went to
foundation,
court and-
the foundation has always been there.
The unions are there, but the people running those foundations haven't necessarily done a fantastic job because
So-
they're in there for either political, they get used as political tools, or they're self-serving.
So we have to stop that.
I
One
think
way
it's
or
a
the other.
connecting link. I think it's a link.
One
that
way or the
connects
other, we
all
have
of
to
it.
stop that
We do.
Yeah.
to be able to move forward.
And it makes it more difficult for our talents in this part of the world to, you know, just rise up, unlike those abroad. You know,
It
because
makes it difficult for more talents.
more talent.
But
okay?
some people, again, the fantastic
Rising
thing about
above
the
all of
internet is that it puts a lot of gatekeepers to the side. You don't need to dobale or bow down to somebody that walked before you blow. No, that's the fantastic thing
Before
about
you
the
blow.
creative
That.
industry.
Did you hear that?
You know, you
Do
don't
know
need
what
to
blow means,
have
John?
somebody
Do you know what it means to blow, John? Maya?
to ransom. You know, you do get to choose your own destiny in the entertainment industry. It's like YouTube is there. You can host your own show. You can host your own channel. Maybe not at the scale at which you would love to, but everybody starts from somewhere.
Exactly. And
So,
that's
yeah.
true. All right. So of course there will be still some aspects of the entertainment sector that would need help, you know, to achieve the desired goals. I'm talking about a sector. You know, you talked of bodies now, organizations that are not doing stuff. Let's find solutions to it.
Yeah.
What should these organizations and body, what should they have done, or what should they be doing now to achieve better results?
I like to go by the saying, when you teach a man to fish, you've fed him for life versus giving him a fish.
Yeah.
I think education is just the primary key. I think the way the education system can be better And when we say school, we think in traditional senses of school. Yes, it will take a while for us to get there. Let's just say just a little. Start teaching a little bit more arts in school. But there should also be more skill acquisition centers, right? A lot of people we have this problem in Nigeria where we're afraid to pass on knowledge because we are afraid of competition. We're afraid of this person surpassing us. And I think if we have more schools, not necessarily your regular, six
trainers and private interns,
system. Exactly.
internships here and there.
Internships, skill acquisition centers, I think that would help people. Again, it's the creative industry and it's very fluid. So schools will teach you the basics. Now you pick those basics and then you forge your own path.
Yes.
I sort of kind of made a name for myself off of doing interviews on the streets. I wasn't the first to start it. A lot of people were doing it way before me. I mean, I heard Charlie Boy was doing it years before me.
Yes.
But in my time, it was a wave that has spread across Africa because, I saw something, I saw the basics of it, and then I added my twist to it and, forged my own path. So education is really I think is the base thing that we really need across board.
And that's a key point. That's a key point that shouldn't be ignored. For me, I think a lot of the generation now are running a little faster than their legs can take them, and they tend to leave the education bit behind. Mind you, when we talk entertainment, we're not talking about just music and all of that, right? If you look at the sports arena, for instance, a lot of our younger ones are leaving education behind and hoping that the talent and sports thing would take them where they should be.
I kind of beg to differ to a degree.
Okay.
Some of us, we are being educated, but life experiences are educating us. So it may seem to the older generation that these guys are moving faster than their legs can take them. But the truth is, the older generation didn't have anything for the younger generation to pull off of, right? The old education system we have does not account for the ever-changing world. I doubt they serve digital marketing as a course in universities. But digital marketing is the craze today. So it really is us drawing knowledge from the outside of the traditional educational systems. But yes, some people we are in an age of instant gratification.
Great.
So I do agree with you to a degree, but at the same time, I think sometimes the younger generation are very misunderstood because of what it looks like. You can't, if you don't understand it, then you would think differently. But I think, sit with them, have a conversation and ask why. Why are you doing this way? Why do you do this way?
Have a conversation with them.
Regularly. Constantly having conversations.
That is
we've
very
got under 3 minutes to wrap up the segment. So Chuey, let's look at the coronavirus pandemic. We can't run away from it. While so many people struggle through the challenges and the limitations in their businesses, so many quietly have seen it as a blessing, a source of blessing, because they've had to do a lot of things differently. Share your experience with us.
I don't think the coronavirus the pandemic was really any much different than any negative thing that happens to you in life. The only difference is right now is that it happened to a lot of us at the same time, right? So when your car breaks down, your mechanic makes money. It's a blessing to him, but it's a curse to you. When your house burns down, the builders are celebrating. There's work to do.
It was a global
shutdown in some degrees, but like I said, it's something that happened to a lot of people at once. That's why it feels but it really is not that much different from, one man's meat is another man's poison. For me, I was fortunate enough to be versatile. So as a TV host, as an events personality, I typically am out there hosting events, but because of the shutdown, I had to be at home. But I'm also a producer, I'm also a strategist, a content creator. So I was still working with businesses behind the scenes, helping them craft their communications and create content for them. So that versatility helped me stay in play.
We could take lessons from him. You know.
Lessons. It will be lessons on versatility.
Yeah.
Because
and the new age lessons.
What I've seen is that you haven't allowed. As a matter of fact, it's like you've downplayed the effect of the pandemic.
Yes, and
I think it's putting things into
mentally,
perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
beautiful.
And that's the spirit. That's the spirit.
We're almost letting him go.
No.
But there's something
He's
on
not
your
leaving
head.
yet.
There's something, you know. You said that's your brand.
The crown. Yeah.
The crown.
It started as a play. The original one, my mom stole it from my uncle, and she just dropped it. I didn't know what it was like, and I put it on my head. And I used to go to work, and people were like, "This is stupid." But then I just started moving around on the streets, doing my streets interviews that everybody loved, and then it became a thing. I was just having fun, and you know, inspiration or creativity comes from the most unlikely sources. And now, if I'm not without this, people are like, "Yo, where is your crown?" It's actually South African Zulu. It's called Ele. But yeah, it's a.
Are you sure it's only the people who think, or you without this probably think something is missing? You don't have the
These
vibe,
days,
you don't get-
sometimes it feels like something is missing.
There could be more to it than what your mom won and then you're wearing.
Nah, she just was like, she just stole it
You
and
get.
didn't really think much of it.
I really like this
Okay.
because
It's
I'm
beautiful.
one of those people who preaches authenticity.
Yeah,
And this has really set you out from the crowd.
we tried.
And Chuey Chu, thank you so much for being with us on this program.
The
Thanks for
Chuey Chu
having
aspect
me.
will be another time.
Thanks for having me.
Okay,
Yes,
the
yes.
Chuey Chu
Thanks
bit
for
of
having
it
me.
will be
It's an honor
another-
to be on the show. You had McFoy here a while back. And,
Yes.
you know, that's someone I used to look up to as well. He's mentored me also from
Excellent.
afar. So
Excellent.
it's an honor to be sitting where he sat.
It's an honor to be having this conversation with you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I mean, believe me, you have, you are an inspiration to me this morning. And that's the truth, really. You are an inspiration to me this morning.
Can I inspire you to
I'm
send
sure-
something to my bank account?
I will do that. Oh my God. I'm
So
sure
thank you
a lot
very
of young
much.
people who have watched you this morning are geared to go for it. All right?
Hopefully.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
Thanks
me.
so much for coming.
No
Okay.
problem.
So, Pharaoh Tomo, we'll be discussing investment opportunities with Derry Phillips, who's a founder and CEO, Wavis Investment Limited and CM Entertainment Limited, in a little while.
Yeah, after the break.
Stay with us.
All right.